So, with 5.8 being an eye distance, everyone's been asking the same question. Are these banners worth it? We're right at that point in the patch cycle where saving or spending could completely change how your next few versions look. Whether you're planning your pulls for Ineffa, stashing for Lightkeeper in 6.0, or you're still deciding whether to just go for a few official constellations, this video will go over every single 5-star and 4-star character leaked for version 5.8 and help you figure out whether they're worth your hard-earned Primo gems. Now, just as a quick reminder before we dive in, the 5.8 banners are based on leaks, particularly from HomDGCat, who has a very solid track record. As of now, the expected 5 stars for version 5.8 are Ineffa, Mualani, Chasca, and Citlali. Alongside them, the leaked 4 stars include Xingqiu and Fischl. Phase order isn't confirmed yet, but Ineffa being the new character almost guarantees she'll headline the first half. The full confirmation will likely drop during the 5.8 special program, maybe next Friday, and with it, the usual 3 Primo gem codes worth 100 each. I always post those the second they go live, so make sure to sub if you don't want to miss them. They expire quick. Alright, let's go character by character and break down how much value these banners really offer. We'll start with Ineffa, the newcomer. She's an Electro sub-DPS with a very particular niche. She transforms Electrocharged into Lunacharged, a new variant reaction that scales stronger and can crit. Her little summoned AI companion deals constant electro damage off-field, and the synergy here is super clear. This is a reaction setup character, made for future units. And guess what? That future might be the Lightkeeper, an Electro main DPS expected to launch in 6.0 who would pair perfectly with Ineffa. That means if you want to be early to building the new meta teams, pulling Ineffa now might be the first step. Outside of Electrocharged setups, she's decent, but not exceptional. This is a case where she's extremely good in her own niche, and average elsewhere. Next up, Citlali. She's a cryo defensive support, and frankly, one of the best designed hybrid supports. She can shred Pyro and Hydro RES, apply cryo consistently even while off-field, and she brings a shield to your team as well. That makes her amazing for melt and freeze setups, especially for characters like Mavuika. Her cryo application follows the active character, which makes her reliable in melee-heavy comps. That said, she's not perfect. Her resistance shred doesn't cover all elements, and her shield scaling is weaker than other dedicated shielders like Zhongli or Layla. Still, if you're running Mavuika and want to stabilize her team and set up reactions, Citlali is a top-tier pickup. Let's talk about Chasca. This character is built for mobility and reactive versatility. Her elemental skill lifts her into the air, letting her float across terrain and avoid melee damage, entirely great for dodging and repositioning in combat. But that's just part of her kit. Chasca's bullets can trigger nearly any reaction, depending on the team you build around her. That makes her very plug-and-play for a huge variety of comps. Pyro, Hydro, Cryo, Electro. She can make them all work. However, her bullets are single target and don't gain AoE until Constellation 2, and she needs a shielder because she can get interrupted easily while airborne. If you like flexible kits, unique gameplay, and high mobility, she's definitely worth considering. Now we come to Mualani, and if you're someone who loves massive front-loaded damage and satisfying visual payoffs, this is a character you'll want to take a closer look at. Mualani is what you'd call a classic, big number, Hydro DPS. She doesn't deal consistent chip damage over time, nor does she function like an off-field enabler. Instead, her value lies in those massive single-target nukes that can absolutely decimate enemies when set up properly. At the core of her kit is Sharky's Bite, an ability that delivers an enormous chunk of Hydro damage in one burst. When timed right, you'll see some of the highest damage numbers Hydro can deliver right now. And what's more, her skill also lets her glide effortlessly across water, which, let's be honest, is one of those underrated quality-of-life features you never knew you needed until you have it. That said, she's not without her flaws. First off, her big burst style comes with a risk. If the enemy moves weirdly, you might just miss your hit entirely. There have even been reports of occasional bugs where Sharky's Bite fails to connect. she also doesn't excel in AoE situations. If you're clearing large waves of enemies or doing multi-target abyss floors, her lack of consistent spread damage becomes apparent, even though she has an AoE passive. Unlike characters who can dish out Hydro in a wide area, like Nuvolette, Mualani focuses almost all of her power into one precise hit. And now, the 4 stars. Fischl and Xingqiu. If you don't already have their constellations maxed, this is huge. Both of them are core units in multiple meta teams. Fischl's C6 dramatically increases her damage uptime and electro application, while Xingqiu's C6 solves all his energy issues. They both synergize incredibly well with Ineffa. If these 4 stars are indeed on the same banner as Ineffa, which seems very likely, this might be one of those build a full team in one banner moments. We've seen it before. Raiden, Sarah, Chevreuse, and Bennett, a full team in one go. This could be another one of those moments, especially for newer players who don't have maxed Fischl or Xingqiu yet. So, should you pull? If you're low on Primo gems and can only commit to one banner, I'd say, go for Ineffa if you want to invest into electro-charged comps and prep for Lightkeeper in 6.0. Go for Citlali if you pulled Mavwika or want a hybrid cryo support that works across Melt and Freeze teams. Go for Fischl and Xingqiu constellations even if you don't want the 5 stars. These 2 are worth the investment on their own. Consider Chasca and Mualani if their playstyles match yours, but they're less essential than the others. They are main DPS characters, so they need the match-in support to work well. That's why you should be careful here. The Nod Cry main DPSs will probably power creep the current DPSs as always. So it may not be that smart to pull for old main DPS characters at the end of the region. So no matter who you're saving for, whether it's Ineffa and her new Luna-charged mechanics, Citlali's hybrid utility, or even prepping for the 6, 0 Lightkeeper and the Nod Cry era, now is the time to plan smartly. These 5.8 banners might not be universal must-pulls, but depending on your roster and goals, they could offer exactly what you're missing. Personally, I think this patch is setting up something bigger. It feels like the beginning of a new reaction meta, and Ineffa's design is clearly made to scale with future releases. That's the kind of shift where early investment can really pay off later, especially if you like to be ahead of the curve. And remember, not every pull has to be for meta. If you like a character's design, their story, or even just their playstyle, that's reason enough. The game's at its best when you're playing with the characters you enjoy. Anyway, what are you pulling for? Are you skipping 5.8 entirely to go all in on 6.0? Are you hoping to see 6 Fischl or Xingqiu just in time for Luna Charge team testing? Let me know in the comments. I genuinely read everyone, and I always get cool team ideas from you all. Don't forget to subscribe if you want more videos like this. Deep dives, banner evaluations, pull planning, and all the good stuff when the leaks hit. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.